In 1952, Congress passed the Immigration and Nationality Act, and in so doing, expressed its clear intent to occupy the field when it comes to immigration in this country. Hi, I'm Dr. Ken Henry, and this is Conservative Commentary. Now, there's a term in the law, and I don't want to get too legal with you, but it's called occupying the field, which simply means that by passing certain legislation in a certain way, that Congress has expressed its intent that that law shall be supreme and occupy the field, and so that the states and localities don't have any right to modify that law or to make changes to it. Now, this act has been amended several times, but the clear intent is still there that Congress intends to occupy the field when it comes to immigration. But we have sanctuary cities, we have governors who are clearly expressing their intent not to cooperate with ICE and Tom Homan in conducting mass deportations. But the law is clear. Illegal immigrants shall be detained. And if those illegal immigrants are criminals, they shall be deported immediately. Yet these fools think that they're going to oppose President Trump somehow and stop the mass deportation of people in this country illegally. Now, the mandate was clear in this election. One of the top issues, I think it was the second most important issue to voters behind the economy, is the crisis created by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris at the southern border. And the intent is that it's going to be fixed, and these people who have poured across that border illegally are going back to whence they came. Now, what does this mean? Well, for one thing, it's against the law to harbor a fugitive from justice. So these governors and mayors could be charged with just that. It's against the law to impede a federal investigation, so they can be charged with that. It's against the law not to enforce and to cooperate with ICE, yet they claim that that's what they're going to do. So what does this mean? Well, they're going to obstruct justice as well, aren't they? My hope is that the federal agencies under President Trump are strong enough to charge these people and convict them who interfere with the deportation of these people who are here illegally. Most particularly those who are criminals amongst us who have come into this country illegally. Take a look at the following clip of Representative Mark Green, who succinctly wraps up exactly what I'm talking about. And please share your thoughts with others in the comments.
First, let me thank the senators for sharing their pulpit for a day. We appreciate it. And I want to thank each of you for being here. The American people need to know about all of this. And I appreciate you communicating it to them. I had the unbelievable privilege when I was in the United States Army of interviewing Saddam Hussein the night we caught him. And I asked Hussein why he invaded Kuwait. And he shared that essentially he was the king of the world and could do whatever he wanted. And the thought struck me at that moment, that old adage that says absolute power corrupts absolutely. When you concentrate power into the hands of, in this case, one man, you get tyranny every time. Our founders were brilliant. Following the philosophy of Montesquieu, they spread power out between three separate branches of government, each with their own responsibilities, separate from the other. And our responsibility was to write the law. And the executive branch was to execute the law. Not to pick and choose which ones they wanted to, but to execute the laws. The Immigration and Nationality Act is clear, shall detain. And in the case of criminal felons, shall detain and deport. The law says it. Nowhere does the law say to a district attorney, you shall capture every murderer. But in the case of this law, it says you shall detain everyone. Mr. Mayorkas has worked to create policies intentionally to subvert those laws, totally disregarding this co-equal branch of government. I took the oath of the Constitution for the first time at 17 on the plane at West Point. That Constitution means something to me. This is how we get freedom, by spreading power out. When one executive branch official thinks they can just willy-nilly do whatever they want, disregard the other branch of government, that is a road to tyranny. That's why this means so much to me, and that's why we spent 10 plus months investigating and resulting in the first ever impeachment of a sitting cabinet secretary. And I hope Leader Schumer allows a trial. Again, thank you for the opportunity to come in.